Hello, my loves. Now then, something happened to me on Friday. I was threatened by a drunken thug on a train. Something I have been afraid of this whole time, of the possibility of this happening. And I'm going to tell you what happened and what I did, how I handled it. So I'm very proud of this. I was going home from Manchester from seeing a friend. I was supposed to leave from Piccadilly, which is in a more cosmopolitan area, safer. I wasn't wearing any makeup. I didn't have my cleavage wasn't on show. I was just wearing leggings and a long sleeve top. Unremarkable, blending in. And then all the trains from Piccadilly to where I live cancelled for an hour, so I hightailed it to Victoria Station, which isn't as nice a station. And I just got on the train. Friday night train from Manchester, absolutely packed, tons of drunks. And I just sat there minding my own business. And then this drunken thug, 5, 6 maybe, bulky, big head, satellite ears, honestly looked like he could be outsmarted by a loaf of bread. Wobbled past down the aisle behind me, and on the opposite side sat down next to a woman and started giving her grief. She was just being very quiet and he was really giving her grief. And I looked around and I kept an eye, and everybody else on the train was looking bolt forward, not looking at this. And I kept an eye. I was turned. I was laser focused. Right, if he gets violent, I'll intervene. Point of note, even though I have not trained in a decade, I have done martial arts for 18 years. And I am more than capable of physically defending myself. And he didn't get violent, and he got up and he wobbled back. As soon as he walked past me, I was up and I was sat next to her. And I asked her, are you all right, love? And she was very shaken. And she's like, no, not really. I can't find something. I was like, oh no. Did you know that arsehole? She went, yeah, it was my fiance. I was like, oh. So, well, what have you lost, Pen? Her engagement ring. So I got down, had a look around the floor, couldn't find it anywhere. And she was getting off on my stop. So I said, look, come on, I'll walk you up to the doors. And if you want, when we get off, we will talk to the train guard, or I can walk you to the front and we'll talk to the ticket guards and we'll get you safe. And then the bloody troglodyte wobbles back, showing off her engagement ring to people and laughing about it. So I saw this and I went, it's all right, hon. He has got your ring. He's showing people now and laughing. He turns to me and starts shouting at me, saying, back off, you bloody tranny. Back off, keep your nose out or I'll cave your face in, is what he said to me. And at that point, I surprised myself. At that point, my training took over. My emotions turned off. My threat radar turned on. And I looked at him. I looked at his body language, his eyes, tone of voice, everything. And in a split second, my brain came back that this arsehole was no threat to me. That is a trained brain. That's what we do. So I looked him dead in the eye and went and turned away from him and carried on talking to the girl. As he was mumbling. And again, the only reason I did that is I have the training to be able to take care of myself if necessary. And also, I'm trained to be able to do this kind of thing, to evaluate threats. And then I took her up. I walked with her to the front. She said she wanted to go to a pub where her sister was, but this asshole wasn't. And she'd be safe there. So I was like, okay, cool. As long as you're safe. Now getting a taxi home, and it dawned on me. I had been afraid of this happening for like 6, 7 years, however long I've been transitioning. I have been scared constantly. And I'm thinking now, I know better. And I don't have to be afraid anymore, because the thing that I've been terrified of has happened. And I have dealt with it. Calmly, bravely, and well. Because I was the one that got up to help. I was the one that stuck up for her. I was the one that stared him down and made him feel small. And I was the one more likely to be attacked. And all it would have taken is when he was sat down having a go at her, if one bigger man or two, and there was plenty on the carriage, would have got up and told him to bugger off, he would have buggered off. But no, it took me. And I am very proud of myself for that. Again, do not start doing this kind of thing unless you are trained. I wouldn't suggest going up, and if you're being shouted at and threatened, go for help unless you are trained. Take good care of yourselves. I love you.